just come back from SSC Tech OT Gaya, where he has done 3 months of training as part of SSC Tech. Then the merit list of TC came, and he's been merited. And heartiest congratulations, Yashwardhan. Well done. So, without wasting much time, before we give him the tie and the cup, so the prerequisite is he share the secret of his success, right? Only then we'll give the tie and the cup, isn't it? So you note down what are the secrets, what are the things he did, right? Because I remember in the class he was very quiet and you sit in a corner and keep focused, right? And I used to feel कि हाँ पता नहीं करेगा नहीं करेगा कैसे करेगा सीख रहा है नहीं सीख रहा है. But after about, I think, week or 10 days, you had your SSB? After 15 days?
No, after 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks, you had his SSB. So, especially those of you who have got a SSBs in January, you think, ask him, how did he prepare for those 2 weeks after he finished AMAS? Right? But focused boy, and I'm very happy that he's taken out his time to meet you all, because जो मिठाई खाई है वापस करने आ रहा है, right? और अगले जिंदगी में आगे बढ़ के अभी TGC में जाएंगे तो वहाँ पे ट्रेनिंग है 1 साल की IMA में, and he becomes commissioned officer. And the best part is he's from my colony in Greater Noida, AWHO Society. We stay in the same colony. His father is an army officer, so that binds us more together. So please, Yashwardhan, please come and just tell us how. I know 3 months of training must have clouded your memory a little bit. But still, whatever you remember from SSB and how you prepare, that you can share with the students so they benefit from it.
Okay, sir. So, hi everyone. Is my voice audible?
Yes. Just introduce yourself.
So my name is Shubhadhan Singh, and I am from AMAS 74 batch. And at the time of my arrival at AMAS, I had already given 4 attempts, out of which there were 2 screen outs, 1 conference out, and 1 merit out as well. So my sole purpose was to come in AMAS to get merit in, and I don't know what happened here. I was just sitting in that one of the corners, and one morning in SSC Tech, I got the news that I got merit 1 in electrical branch for TGC 140. So in the evening, I called sir and I told him that thanks to AMAS that I was able to get this merit. So my purpose was fulfilled here to get merit in, and now I'll be joining IMA on 5th of January. Aside from that, one thing I would like to mention. While coming downstairs, I was sitting. So he gave me a booklet, and I saw there were 5-6 recommended candidates written down all their stories and PPDT pictures as well. So that was a really great initiative, sir, because at our time, sir was telling us by hand only that this can recommended. There were these stories that came into their picture. So really great effort by sir and AMAS team, because that is a really new thing that I'm seeing right here. And I tell you, it helps a lot. It helped me in my psych as well. So first of all, the first thing is that in AMAS, you get confidence to speak on this stage. Absolutely. When you come on this stage and you see 100 of people, you don't know actually what to speak. And at that point of time, in SSB also, it will help you a lot, because in front of you, you'll see only 8 to 9 candidates and 1 officer sitting behind that. That's all. So this thing really helped me in my PPDT, because I was already a conference out. So my group was filled with all the crowded people. They could shout at the person on the side of it. There were 2 candidates who got slapped as well. We have our group divided into 2 after that. There was a lot of rage there, but when you know, if I believe sir might have told you at that time, that there are specific points when group gets silent. So at this point, even I don't know what to say at the silent point. So I just shout anything. The crowd comes to me and say like, what he's saying, and then I, gather my mind that yes, the story should be like this. This is an old lady. We are gathering this point, and let's move forward. So this first thing is to know when to use silence at the best. Psych यहाँ से पूरा रट लो, पूरा. In my psych, I got 9 same stories to me. ठीक है. There were candidates sitting behind of me. I was in Bhopal. So those of you who went to Bhopal, it's like a ladder and there's a gap between. So I was saying the candidate, he was just writing this story at the end. He said, by God, I don't know what kind of stories these were. I was able to write only 8 only. And there I was like writing 11 lines in each story, knowing that what all stories were there behind. So do memorize it really well, because even if the picture is not there, I got 8 of them. Rest 3 of them were on the similar themes. So I was able to write it very clearly. That was very easy for me because last time my psych was not at all good, and this time my psych was the best, and I believe that it was the major reason for my success. Aside from that, one thing which I really take initiative for two things. First of all, to cover up my sleep there in the corner, and the second thing is to learn that GTO thing. You might have learned all these things, rules, not the rules. What GTO looks in you. I'll say this one thing that even if you forget some rules, okay, do not forget this. Because when you'll have this in the back of the mind that what I need to perform in this SSB, only then you will be able to act in that manner. Because if you don't know that you have to be the first 2 or 3 of them, and you'll be like, I like to first listen to everyone and then I need to perform, your points will get deducted. Okay. And nowadays there are a lot of candidates. I believe in every single entry there's being people who are getting merit out. So it's better to give your best and get recommend from all 3 of them. So do learn this thing. Rules are by the end of your batch because sir is here. Okay, so that I absolutely know, but definitely so. We know we also had a lot of mithais at our time, and we took them out there in that corner. So yeah, and IO, talking about IO, see, I had twice the time, one for demo and the one for personal interview. At both of the time, I got 2 to 3 things. First of all, that was that I need to work on my current affairs. So you have that booklet of yours for lecture aid, right? So you can have your own topics as well from the current affairs, and you can do that. Since I had less time, I did only 4 to 5 of the topics related to current affairs to make that booklet. And my booklet got stolen in 22 SSB Bhopal. It's yes, sir. So I was lucky that there was only 4 to 5 of them. Otherwise, I would have really felt bad. But anyways, somebody would have got benefited from that, and they would have joined AMAS soon. So yeah, talking about IO, you really need to like. I was told to improve on my current affairs and my technical knowledge, and related bit of the family background. But aside from that, in my second time when I gave for the demo, sir told me to only work upon your current affairs. I realized that he knows what I am trying to improve on. And by the end of the time, when I went to my IO, he asked me only first thing that who was my favorite teacher. I told him that he's this. What does he teach you? I told him the power electronics. Tell me about the transmission line and everything. I gave him 3 scientific words, and for the next 30 minutes, he didn't ask me anything technical. Same for the current affairs. He asked me just one thing about Israel Hamas war. I told him the basic background, and you might have learned from news from mom that there are the 4 steps of it. Sorry, like on the surface level, a bit on the deep, and now the counter questions, and then the so exactly. So the moment you go in the fourth initially, and he'll be like, "Fine, that's all that I need to hear from you. Carry on." He continued with my family. He continued with my cubes and my hobbies and everything. And my interview literally got over in 20 to 25 minutes. So it went on really quick. Sorry, I'm not able to tell you much about IO experience. And aside from so conference went for 2 minutes. So
So, when you finished AMAS, how many hours did you study? Or they are looking at every day asking, "Ab kaise karenge?" So, did you revise everything before you went?
So, so first of all, I took 12 to 15 hours of sleep to cover up, and then I knew that I can't take more of it. And I really tell you, like after you join academy, you will realize the importance of sleep. Even after coming to this vacations, thanks to AMAS that I got holiday from OTA, I just slept for 2 whole days to cover up. So definitely, those of you, many of you will soon join the academy. So you know the habit of waking up by 2 or 3 and working out. That is in your favor only. But yes, talking about this, after all this thing, I sat down in morning. I had nothing to do else. I had only my SSB there. I had no job, and my college also got over in that year only. So in morning I studied, in afternoon I carried on. I take short break, I take nap also in afternoon, and I continued with my daily routine of sports as well. So I made a habit to study like 3 hours in morning, 3 to 4, 1 or 2 hours in afternoon, and then night in the revisions as well. Mainly for me, lecture aid notebook and the data diary was also there with me, but not good with data, so it was not that helpful at the time of my IO. But when I went for GTO, that really helped me. I had a topic related to women safety, so at that time, I was able to spit a lot of data to them. There were 2 to 3 data and they were just blown out. They were the entire. Actually, it's like evergreen topic. If GTO has nothing else or there's no current affairs, he'll definitely put up that thing only. And many of you will fight on that thing. It will be good experience. And then, so yeah, my for me only, I practice mainly specifically on site, my TAD, because that was my major drawback last time. My IO technical questions related to my subjects and my GTO. I revise all the things that related to what GTO looks into you and the rules. I'll tell you one small experience about the rules and then I'll finish it up. In my, like, if you remember all the 1521 rules in your mind, na, you might have realized that you are not able to implement it on the go. Okay. So in my time, it also happened at the same thing. In my first, so it's very easy. You can easily able to clear it out. But in the second and in the third, you have to put some of your brain there. So at that time, those who with the 21st attempt or those who got two, twice or thrice made it out, they would be clearing it out like this. So being the Amasian, I was just standing here. I was thinking that I know the idea. It's just ahead of my mind. I just need to go step out and try it out. So in my second this PGT, I was just standing behind with that load. When I realized that I was getting conference out after recommendation, that is not going to happen. I gave the drum to other person and I just stand in front of the third PGT and I was just looking like this. Now what to do? Then I took this bully from my friend. I said that bike sath mein, please sir. So he said ki yeah. And luckily both of us got recommended and he went to OTA Chennai and he's also coming to IMA. So he gave me the that bully and I stuck it behind. Then I remembered the rule that first find the base, then find the bully, and then slowly that habit came back into my mind that yes, these were the steps. I followed that only. In PGT4, you will realize that the rule of that if there's a that is there, you need to use it as a base, right? I'm glad you all know that. And then there's a inverted V also. Okay, so in PGT4, you'll realize the importance of it because everyone is stuck at that point of time. Okay, so this overall how my entire SSB experience went. If you want to ask anything related to SSB or academy as well, open for anything. Yes.